Coach K dropped a bombshell about Caitlyn Clark's Olympic snub. The legendary basketball coach, who led Team USA to 3 gold medals, thinks Clark is going to be one of our great American players. So why isn't she headed to Paris? Caitlyn Clark's resume speaks for itself. The Iowa Hawkeyes star has been lighting up the court, averaging an incredible 31.6 points per game this season. She's not just a scorer. Clark's all-around game earned her unanimous first-team All-American honors and the prestigious John R. Wooden and Naismith College Player of the Year awards. With accolades like these, you'd expect Clark to be a shoo-in for the Olympic team, but surprisingly, she didn't make the cut for Paris 2024. This decision has sparked controversy and left many fans wondering, what's the real story behind Clark's Olympic snub? There's more to this tale than meets the eye, and we're about to break it all down. The decision to leave Caitlyn Clark off the 2024 Paris Olympics roster sent shockwaves through the basketball world. Despite her incredible college performances and growing star power, Clark found herself on the outside looking in when it came to Team USA. The selection process for Olympic basketball is notoriously competitive, with only 12 spots available on the women's team. Typically, these spots go to established WNBA veterans with years of professional experience under their belts. USA Basketball's selection committee, led by retired WNBA star Dawn Staley, faced the unenviable task of choosing from a deep pool of talent. They opted for a mix of seasoned Olympians and WNBA stars, citing the need for experience and proven performance at the highest levels of competition. While Clark's college accomplishments are undeniable, the committee seemed to prioritize players who had already excelled on the professional stage. This decision didn't sit well with many basketball fans and commentators. Social media erupted with disbelief and frustration. How could the most exciting player in college basketball be left off the Olympic team? The backlash was swift and intense. Some fans even threatened to boycott Team USA games in protest of Clark's exclusion. The controversy surrounding Clark's Olympic snub goes beyond just disappointed fans. It's raised questions about the impact on ticket sales for Team USA games. Clark has become a massive draw in college basketball, setting attendance records and bringing new viewers to the sport. Her absence from the Olympic roster could potentially affect the team's marketability and fan engagement during the Paris Games. But this setback might not be the end of Clark's Olympic dreams. Coach Krzyzewski, who knows a thing or two about Olympic basketball, drew an interesting parallel to another basketball superstar. He compared Clark's situation to Kevin Durant's past Olympic snub, suggesting that such setbacks can actually serve as pivotal moments in an athlete's career. Durant, of course, went on to become an Olympic legend, winning 3 gold medals and setting the all-time U.S. men's Olympic scoring record. Coach K's comparison hints at the possibility that Clark's Olympic journey is just beginning, not ending. This snub could be the fuel that drives her to even greater heights in the coming years. Krzyzewski's words carry significant weight. As a 3-time Olympic gold medal winning coach, he understands the intricacies of team selection and the impact of these decisions on young players. His statement that certainly she'll be on there in the future offers a ray of hope for Clark's Olympic aspirations. The timing of Clark's snub is particularly interesting. She's still in college with her professional career yet to begin. The 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles suddenly loom large as a potential stage for Clark to make her Olympic debut. By then, she'll likely have established herself as a WNBA star, making her case for inclusion even stronger. This unexpected setback in Clark's career could be setting the stage for an even more compelling comeback story. Olympic snubs have a way of motivating athletes to prove their doubters wrong. We've seen countless examples of players using these moments as fuel to elevate their game to new levels. For Clark, this could mean an even more dominant senior year in college, followed by a stellar start to her WNBA career. The chip on her shoulder from this Olympic decision might push her to develop aspects of her game that the selection committee found lacking. In essence, this disappointment could be the catalyst that transforms Clark from a college phenom into a complete world-class player. When a basketball legend like Krzyzewski speaks, the sports world listens. And Coach K's recent comments about Caitlyn Clark have certainly turned heads. The former Duke and Team USA coach didn't just offer a passing compliment, he delivered a ringing endorsement that has fans and analysts buzzing. Coach K zeroed in on what makes Clark truly special: her genuineness and her exceptional passing skills. The best thing she does is pass, Krzyzewski remarked, highlighting an often overlooked aspect of Clark's game. In a sport where scoring often steals the spotlight, Coach K's focus on Clark's playmaking abilities speaks volumes about her complete skill set. But it wasn't just Clark's on-court talents that caught Coach K's attention. He emphasized her authentic approach to the game, praising her ability to connect with fans and elevate the sport as a whole. This combination of skill and charisma is rare, and it's clear that Krzyzewski sees in Clark the potential to be a transformative figure in basketball. Perhaps the most striking moment came when Coach K uttered these words, "I would have loved to have coached you." Coming from a man who's coached some of the greatest players in basketball history, this statement carries immense weight. It's not just a compliment, it's a recognition of Clark's potential to stand alongside the game's elite. Krzyzewski's assessment of Clark gains even more consider his Olympic pedigree. As the head coach who led Team USA to 3 consecutive gold medals, Coach K knows what it takes to succeed on the world's biggest stage. His experience in molding cohesive, championship-winning teams gives him a unique perspective on player potential. The fact that Coach K sees Olympic-level talent in Clark adds another layer to the controversy surrounding her exclusion from the 2024 Paris team. It raises questions about the selection process and whether the committee might be overlooking a potentially game-changing player. But Coach K's comments also offer hope for Clark's Olympic future. He drew parallels between Clark's situation and Kevin Durant's past Olympic snub, suggesting that this setback could be a turning point rather than an end to her Olympic dreams. Krzyzewski's belief that Clark will certainly be on future Olympic teams hints at the possibility of her making a significant impact in the 2028 Los Angeles Games. This endorsement from Coach K could have far-reaching effects on Clark's career. It adds to her already impressive resume and could influence how WNBA teams view her potential as she prepares to enter the professional ranks. More importantly, it solidifies her status as a rising star in the sport, one whose impact extends beyond just scoring records. Coach K's insights also shed light on how Clark might fit into the Olympic team structure in the future. Her passing skills and ability to elevate teammates' play could make her an ideal addition to a squad filled with established WNBA stars. The Olympics often require players to adapt their roles, and Clark's versatility could be a major asset. The timing of Coach K's comments is particularly interesting, coming as they do in the wake of the Olympic team announcement. They serve as a reminder that one setback doesn't define a career, especially for a player of Clark's caliber. Instead, they frame this moment as an opportunity for growth and motivation. Caitlyn Clark's journey in basketball is shaping up to be a classic hero's tale, complete with triumphs, setbacks, and formidable challenges. Her Olympic snub isn't just a disappointment, it's a plot twist in her unfolding story. Like many legendary athletes before her, Clark is facing obstacles that will test her resolve and potentially fuel her future success. The controversy surrounding Clark's exclusion from the Olympic team is just one hurdle she's facing. Recently, Basketball Hall of Famer Cheryl Swoops stirred up debate with some pointed comments about Clark's achievements. Swoops suggested that Clark's record-breaking performances were less impressive due to the number of games played, stating, "Yes, she broke the record, but she did it in 6 games. It took her an extra game." These remarks from an established figure in women's basketball add another layer of adversity to Clark's journey. It's not uncommon for rising stars to face skepticism from veterans of the game, but Swoops' comments struck a particularly dismissive tone. This kind of criticism can be demoralizing for young athletes, but it can also serve as powerful motivation. What's remarkable about Clark is her ability to maintain her stellar performance in the face of such high-profile criticism. Instead of letting these setbacks affect her game, she's continued to excel on the court and build her brand off it. Clark's resilience is evident in her impressive NIL, name, image, and likeness valuation of $783,000, ranking her 4th in women's basketball. This figure speaks volumes about her marketability and influence beyond just her athletic abilities. Clark's endorsement portfolio is equally impressive. She's secured partnerships with major brands like Gatorade, State Farm, and Nike. These deals aren't just lucrative. They're a testament to Clark's appeal and staying power in the face of adversity. Companies are betting big on her future, recognizing that her star power transcends temporary setbacks like the Olympic snub or criticism from former players. The way Clark handles pressure is setting her up for an even more impressive comeback. Instead of getting caught up in the controversy, she's letting her game do the talking. This approach aligns perfectly with Coach Mike Krzyzewski's assessment of her potential. Coach K praised not just her on-court skills, but also her ability to inspire, saying, "You have an incredible platform now. You're going to be one of the leaders to help millions of young girls realize their dreams." This perspective from Coach K frames Clark's current challenges as part of a larger narrative. It's not just about making an Olympic team or breaking scoring records, it's about changing the landscape of women's basketball. Every obstacle Clark overcomes adds to her story and potentially inspires countless young athletes watching her journey. Clark's situation draws parallels to other sports legends who faced early career setbacks. Michael Jordan being cut from his high school basketball team, or Tom Brady being overlooked in the NFL draft. These moments of adversity savvy often become foundational chapters in an athlete's legacy. They demonstrate resilience, fuel determination, and ultimately make the eventual triumphs even sweeter. As Clark continues to navigate these challenges, she's not just developing as a basketball player, she's growing into a role model and a potential transformative figure in women's sports. Her ability to maintain focus on her game while building her brand shows a maturity beyond her years. It's this combination of on-court excellence and off-court savvy that could make her impact on basketball truly generational. Caitlyn Clark's journey from college phenom to Olympic snub has been a roller coaster. Her incredible performances at Iowa and record-breaking achievements have put her in the spotlight, but the decision to leave her off the Olympic roster has ignited a fierce debate about recognition in women's sports. Coach K's endorsement of Clark as one of our great American players adds weight to her case. Despite the setback, Clark's future looks bright. Her NIL valuation of $783,000 and partnerships with major brands show her growing influence. As she prepares to enter the WNBA, Clark's story is far from over.